welcome to ABC Interactive English. I'm Mike.
And I'm Karen. Today we are looking at part 2 of Take Your Own Studio Photos. Last time we learned that there are places where we can do that and maybe it won't cost a lot of money. And you can do a lot of things yourself, right?
Exactly right. We didn't even think about it would be cheaper than paying a professional photographer, but that is true. And also, you will be by yourself or just with your friends. That professional photographer, their assistant,
Yes.
these people you don't know who might make you feel nervous and uncomfortable, they won't be there. So you can have fun with it, you can relax. And we also learned you can choose your own background, set your own scenes, live in the fantasy world of your imagination, and have pictures to prove it. Now, I know this is quite surprising. I have never been a professional model. I know, shocking. But you kind of have. Well, you did that amazing wedding photo book.
Yes.
And I would think that that's kind of like being a professional model, at least for a few days.
Well, it was only one day, unfortunately.
Okay.
I thought it would last, a few more days, but
Right.
it was so much fun.
Did you change clothes many times?
Yes, I got to choose my own dresses and I had my personal makeup artist and a hairstylist. So then her job was to make me look very, very pretty, looking like a model.
It's true, because when you see models, they always have those assistants buzzing around them like bees, kind of
Yes.
fixing their hair here and changing their makeup there. Did you like that, or did it make you
Yes.
go away, leave me alone?
No, I felt like I was a superstar.
Okay, you see, I'm not sure I would like that. I don't know. And how about your husband? Did he enjoy it as much as you did?
I don't think so. But that's not the point. The wedding photos are usually for the girls.
Exactly. Very good point. And you should have just changed his dress more often or something like that. All right, guys, it's time to go to our dialogue. So let's check out part 2 of Taking Your Own Studio Photos. James and Tiffany finish at the self-photo studio. That photo didn't turn out very well. Let's take another one. We still have time.
Won't that be expensive? We already shot a lot.
We can take as many photos as we want.
Then what do we pay for? They can't provide all this for free.
Okay, it's the same place with the same characters as yesterday. We're taking our own studio photos with James and Tiffany. Let's see what's going on now.
All right, so James and Tiffany finished at the self-photo studio. So they are already done.
They're done?
Wow, so fast, right?
That was fast.
So I guess it's pretty easy.
I guess so. Or maybe they went a little too fast and didn't take care because James, I'm not sure if he's really happy with some of the photos. He says that photo didn't turn out very well. So they're probably looking at it on the camera or a computer. He can see it. He's like, not very happy with this one. It didn't turn out very well. The results aren't very good. So he says, let's take another one. Sure, it's a photo. Just take another picture. We still have time. Oh, so that tells us you probably rent the studio by the hour or
That's
something
true.
like that. So they have a little bit of time left, time to take more photos.
Maybe half an hour or maybe an
knows?
hour. I don't know. So now Tiffany asks, Won't that be expensive? We already shot a lot. Okay, so she's thinking about the price because obviously she hasn't been to these self-photo studios, right? And I'm very curious myself too. I mean, could it be very expensive? She said they shot a lot of pictures. They already took a lot, so how expensive will it be? So expensive, that is an adjective. It just describes something that costs a lot of money.
That's exactly right. Yeah, the opposite of cheap. So if it's expensive, you'll spend a lot, it will cost a lot. You want to make sure you don't waste your time or money. But in this case, they won't. James says we can take as many photos as we want. So this is a good difference between having a professional take your photos. There, you probably pay for each photo or something like that. And everything will be much more expensive because you're paying people to work for you. Here, you work for yourself.
Exactly. Usually with professional photographers, you can maybe pick like a few out of these, 10 or 20 photos.
Okay.
And you're right, they charge you by picture.
Right.
So now Tiffany says, then what do we pay for? They can't provide all this for free. Oh, so now Tiffany is wondering, you can take as many photos as you want and we still have time. They can't provide all of this for free, right?
Exactly right, because that's what businesses do. They provide things or services for people and we provide money. We give them money for the things that they give us. And provide is basically to give something to someone or to make it available for you to use or to have or to buy if you want. Sometimes we pay for things like we pay for the food that grocery stores provide us. We pay for the service that a taxi provides us by driving us from one place to another. Other times we provide things because we love someone and we want to care for them. Your parents provide you with food and clothes, a place to live, and hopefully lots of love and hugs. And you provide your friends with support and friendship and laughs and good times and things like that. So we're bringing things to people, giving things to people, or making things available to people. So we will provide you guys with a quick break so you can go and grab a drink or something, but don't go far. We'll be back to find out exactly what these studios provide. It's a good question.
We'll see you soon.
Yeah. We pay a set fee for a set amount of time.
Okay, and how do we get our photos?
The program saves them to a USB drive, or we can have it email them to us.
That's so cool.
Welcome back, everyone. So before the break, we were still looking at this dialogue between James and Tiffany, and they are at a self-photo studio. But now they are done. But I think James was not too happy with the photos they took. So he wants to take it again.
Exactly right. But that made Tiffany a little worried. She's afraid it will cost them more money. And then she asked the question of, what are we paying for here? How do they make money? We have a room, we have all this equipment. What exactly do we pay for at these self-photo studios? Well, James explains back in the dialogue, we pay a set fee for a set amount of time. Okay, so basically they rent the studio and it costs a certain amount of money for an hour or 3 hours or something like that. Anyone who's been to KTV or even anyone who's rented a hotel room will know that you pay an amount and then you stay there for an hour, 3 hours a day, whatever. It's a set fee. So it's one price and it will be the same for everyone. I guess if you get the big studio, the set fee would be more than the small studio, but as long as you're renting that studio, you pay the same amount for every hour, and that's the same for every person.
Okay, so I guess it wouldn't be too expensive, right?
Hopefully not,
And
no.
when looking at this word fee, that's the money that you need to pay in order to do something. So like you mentioned, maybe you go to KTV, you have to pay a fee, right? Or maybe if you go to the amusement park or the zoo, you might have to pay the entrance fee, right?
Exactly right. It's just like a price, but usually we use the word fee for a service or for letting us do something. We might use the word price for how much a thing costs to buy.
So now Tiffany says, okay, and how do we get our photos? Okay, so I guess they do not just print out the photos on the spot, right?
Exactly right. Yeah, of course you're paying for the photos, but how do you get them home? How do you bring them with you? How do you put them so you can show them to your friends on your wonderful Instagram page, for example? Well, James knows. He says, the program saves them to a USB drive, or we can have it email them to us. I see. So they probably have a computer there. You put your camera or your phone into the computer. All the pictures you take will be in their computer. That's for the company. And then you can use a USB drive, one of those little stick drives, we often call them. You plug that in, and of course you can load the photos into your drive, or if you don't have that, maybe the next day they'll send you in a file through email all of your beautiful photos. So you can either take them home or have them send them to you, but you will get to see them and use them after you finish taking them.
And Tiffany says that's so cool. And I think that sounds really cool too. You know, after you take your pictures, it's not that hard to get the pictures from the machine, right?
Exactly right. And you don't have to pay more to get the pictures too.
Exactly.
Like in the old days, they just send them to you via email. And of course, everyone knows what email is. This is electronic mail or mail you send from your phone or your computer or your tablet. You probably have a Gmail account or something like that. Hotmail, AOL, Yahoo, that kind of thing. So if you're writing to my friend at gmail.com. Hi, my friend, would you like to come to my birthday party? And you hit send. That is an email. And yes, we can use it as a verb. I will email you. You can use it as a noun. I will send you an email. But since it's so common these days, we can also use it as a verb. I emailed my boss yesterday afternoon.
So actually, it's very, very convenient. And like you said, if they email it to you, then basically you can print as many copies as you want. But nowadays, I think a lot of people probably wouldn't print the pictures out.
No.
Maybe they would just upload the pictures on your social media.
Exactly. So you'll have them in your computer, on your social media, and you can keep the ones that aren't so good just in your computer.
That's right.
Don't put those on social media. Oh, all right, guys, that's all the time we have today, but we will have so much more for you tomorrow. So don't be crazy. Do come back and do join us for that. It's going to be fabulous. I used my fashion photo word there. Fabulous. It's going to be fabulous. We promise you.
And we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Take care. James and Tiffany finish at the self-photo studio. That photo didn't turn out very well. Let's take another one. We still have time.
Won't that be expensive? We already shot a lot.
We can take as many photos as we want.
Then what do we pay for? They can't provide all this for free.
We pay a set fee for a set amount of time.
Okay, and how do we get our photos?
The program saves them to a USB drive, or we can have it email them to us.
That's so cool.
Hi, I'm Tina. 我们来看这一课的重点单字。第一个 expensive 形容词，昂贵的。Joe's new car is very expensive. Joe 的新车很昂贵。下一个单字 provide 动词提供供给。The school provides lunch for all students. 那间学校为所有学生提供午餐。下一个单字 fee 名词费用。The fee to the park is low. 进入这间乐园的入场费很便宜。最后一个单字 email 动词发电子邮件。The manager will email the file to you. 经理会将档案发电子邮件给你。接着我们来看重点文法。第一个 turn out 结果是，这是一个不可分的动词片语。我们来看看这个例句。The party didn't turn out as we had hoped. 这场派对不如我们原本希望的那样。下一个文法 as many 加名词加上 as， 和什么一样多的人事物。注意名词必须为复数可数名词。我们来看看这个例句。My sister bought as many books as her bookshelf could hold. 我姐姐的书架能装多少书，她就买多少书。Bookshelf 指的是书架。最后一个文法 an amount of 加名词什么的量。An amount of 必须接不可数名词。Amount 意思是量、数量，前面可以用形容词来修饰，例如 large amounts of 或者是 great amounts of 指的是大量的什么。A set amount of 指的是定量的什么东西。我们来看看这个例句。The farmer harvested large amounts of corn this year. 这位农夫今年收获了大量的玉米。Harvest 指的是收获。以上就是这一课的重点单词跟文法，我们下一课再见，拜拜。
Hey, it's KiWi On the Street. I'm Kiki.
And I'm Winnie.
In English, we have a lot of phrases that we use in our daily lives. So today we are going to learn some new phrases.
Like, let's get the show on the road. Okay, let's work on our phrases today, okay?
书的彻彻底底. What do you think?
I didn't know it, but I guess it's shirt.
I guess it's the first one, lose one's clothes.
Lose one's clothes.
I think it's lose one's shirt.
Lose
I
one's-
guess.
Guess.
This one.
First one, okay, lose one's clothes.
I'll just guess one. I guess it's this one.
Lose one's shirt. So if you're
Am I-
losing so much, are you just losing a shirt or all your clothes?
Okay, all the clothes.
No, you shouldn't listen to me. You were right. Lose one's shirt.
Trust your instincts.
But I'll give you that one. I tricked you. Okay, I tricked you. All right. The next one. 创下佳绩，养家糊口.
Bring home the bread.
This one. This one.
The first one, bring home the bread.
Bring home the bread.
创下佳绩，养家糊口.
Bring home the bacon. Maybe bring home the bacon.
I think I'll guess bacon one because I
So,
like bacon more.
Because you like bacon.
Yeah.
Bring home the bacon. Okay, are you correct? Yes, you are. When you make money, you bring home the bacon. Okay, so what phrases did we learn today? Let's review some of the phrases that we learned today. The first one is lose one's shirt, and it means to lose a lot of money. But this phrase doesn't only mean some loss, but it actually means that you're losing everything. When we lose something important or precious, they can be replaced over time. But when you lose the shirt on your back, you really aren't left with much. So this phrase started to appear during the Great Depression in the 1930s, when people lost all of their savings or everything they invested, that sometimes they even had to give up their shirts. So an example of a way to use this phrase would be, a lot of people lost their shirts when the stock market crashed. Our next phrase is bring home the bacon, and it means to make a living or to earn money for a household. There are a lot of origin stories for this phrase. The one I'm going to share with everyone today is the one that started in 12th century England. There was a church in a town called Dunmow, and they would offer an award of bacon to any man that promised that he and his wife didn't argue for 1 year and 1 day. So this encouraged a lot of couples to not fight, but at the same time, if they had good relationship or good behavior, the man would be able to bring more food home for the table. So, for example, we have to bring home the bacon to pay for our mortgage. So that's all the phrases that we learned today. KiWi later!